What's up?
This ceilings. Your head. It's the sky.
Sure.
On a globe. What's up?
The North Pole.
Is it?
Yeah.
What if you're standing on the South Pole and you point up? You're not pointing towards the North Pole.
You said on a globe.
Yeah, when you are on a globe.
Okay.
Not like, yeah.
But you believe in flat Earth. So.
Why do you keep doing that? Anyways, I'm Bo.
I'm Brandon.
And Brandon is a flat earther.
No.
There's a whole documentary about him. He's got a shirt on that says Weekly Flat Planet.
Nice. So what's up? When was the last time we saw each other?
It's
3 weeks?
Yeah, about.
Yeah. Can you turn me up a little bit in my headphones?
Like just the headphones?
Yeah, I think so.
Turn me up my headphones.
Turn me up.
Turn more snare.
Yeah, we front loaded a bunch of episodes so that way I could go away.
And we're going to front load another set.
Nice. So I was in Kansas City.
How was that?
For 2 weeks. It was great. It was really exhausting.
It's the best of times. It was the worst of times.
No, it was mostly the best of times.
Okay.
So I've talked about this in the past, but for the past, I think this was my seventh year doing this, grading AP music theory exams. By the way, I think putting the phrase AP music theory on my Facebook post got it flagged. Because I tried posting 7 times, like literally that many times on Facebook with like all my photos and stuff that I took.
Yeah.
But I put like a fairly lengthy caption or whatever of like, oh, here I was in Kansas City for the last 2 weeks and I was grading AP music theories exams and blah, blah, blah. And I was just kind of like given the general, because some people are like, why is this full in Kansas City for so long? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, no, I'm like working. I'm like doing a thing. And it kept getting flagged, but it wouldn't really say why.
Yeah, I hate when they do that. And
then I thought it's okay. It said something about hang on, I have a screenshot of it. It said something to the effect of like
you're cheating.
It was like you're trying to what was the phrasing they used? This goes against her. Shoot. Oh, it looks like you've shared something that infringes someone else's trademark rights. So and then when I went to like the thing that says like see rule or like see more about it or whatever, it said something about like, well, people might think you're associated with this thing or whatever. And then my first thought was like it was the pictures, something in my pictures I'm posting. Okay. So then I kept like pulling out pictures that had any kind of like identifiable logo or something, because I had like a logo of this bar that I was at and like a logo of like the soccer team I went to see and like different, and like it all just kept getting flagged. And then I sent it in the group chat. I was like, dudes, I don't know what to do. And somebody was like, maybe it's AP. And so I just like got rid of that and then it was fine.
Okay.
So that was real annoying.
So the term AP.
Well, and here's the other thing.
Was it A period, P period?
No. Because then I was also like, I wonder if because like Associated Press is also AP, that Facebook was flagging it for like a newsy kind of thing. Like I was trying to post fake news or whatever. So I don't know. It was really dumb.
Was it lowercase or capital?
Capitalized. But then other people were all like have also posted AP. I don't know. It was real dumb. So. But yeah, so I spent about 2 weeks there. 12 total days of
AP is a registered trademark of College Board.
Okay. But Associated Press is also AP.
You're right. You're not wrong. But I'm just saying some of the most notable college, and then there's like A, capital period, registered trademark.
Gotcha.
So there you go.
There we go.
You should put up SAT.
ETS.
CLEP.
What's that one?
I don't know. College length. Just the term advanced placement is registered.
Well, that makes sense.
Does it? Advanced placement is
because that's their thing. That's what AP stands for.
I understand that. But like, if you're going to place me in an advanced placement.
Sure, bro.
Does that mean that like, anyways.
Anyway. So yeah, I have gone there for the last 7 years, or been somewhere grading tests, home during the pandemic, Cincinnati 1 year. Next year we're going to Cleveland, by the way.
Yeah.
It'll be near your stomping grounds.
Is it like, so you've been in Kansas City like
since 2019.
And then now you're going to Cleveland?
Yeah. There's a big shakeup with like hosting sites because they host all across the country. There's like a spot in Tampa, and there's a spot in Kansas City, and there's a spot in Salt Lake City, and maybe another place. So depending on like lots of reasons, they'll move groups around.
Yeah.
So one of the reasons apparently they're moving people around next year is like the site in Salt Lake City, like the lease is up on that, I guess, because they do these like, hey, we're kind of like PMEA does.
Yeah.
They contract whoever for so many years, and like, okay, we're gonna hold our thing at this place and this time, whatever. So apparently the place in Salt Lake City, their lease is up, and they told the college board, they're like, we can make more money on this like tractor convention than we'll make from you guys.
Yeah.
So see ya. Like, we're not going to renew this.
And
lease.
that's in Salt Lake City.
That's in Salt Lake City. So now you got to move all the people that were in, like all the subjects that were grading in Salt Lake City somewhere else. Right?
Yeah.
And then also apparently where we used to be in Cincinnati, which I think might also still be used, just by different subjects. That convention center is undergoing like a 2-year renovation.
Okay.
So now that knocks that out. There's an issue with the site in Tampa, which I'll tell you about off mic. And like all these different things. So because of that, there's just some shuffling around of things. So I don't know like who all is moving and whatever. So like when we were in Cincinnati, it was always world language and music. That was always the subjects that were together in Cincinnati.
Okay.
And then when we got moved to Kansas City, it was us and like math and stuff like that, like some of the math things, and maybe like AP Bio. And then this year it was like us and pre-calc and calc and bio and a couple other things, but like statistics, which had been with us, was not with us this year. They were in Tampa. So there's just lots of moving parts, and I'm sure some of that comes down to like how many people there are too.
Yeah.
Like for music there was like 110, but like AP Spanish is like 1,500 readers or whatever. And they also keep moving things online.
Are they on?
Like AP English is entirely online now.
Is it at a convention center or is it at a hotel?
No, convention center, and then we stay at the hotel.
Okay.
Unless it's like a hotel convention center situation, but like the Kansas City Convention Center is just its own thing, and like the Duke, what was it, like Duke Energy Center or whatever, and in Cincinnati is like its own thing. And I don't know where we're going to be in Cleveland.
Okay.
I also don't know like where in Cleveland we're going to be. I don't know anything Cleveland, like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
And the Science Center that's right next door.
Sure.
Maybe I'll come visit you.
Okay.
Just hang out in Cleveland for a week.
I mean, that assuming I get asked back, but
why would you not?
That's always a thing. They may not ask you back because they need a certain amount of like veterans and new people and whatever. So
all right. So I don't know why I thought of this. But there's a video that I watched, and they were talking about what?
No, go ahead.
No. Why are you laughing?
Nothing. Okay. Because we referenced a different video.
Yeah.
That we're not going to talk about on this podcast.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Because it was stupid.
It is. So I was watching this video, and they were talking about how like when airports they do renovations. That's why, because you said that, they're doing a 2-year renovation. And I'm like, I know a thing that's doing renovations, and they're like putting up signs that are really cool. So when airports do it, they're just like, pardon our dust, blah, 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 blah. And it's just like a poster, but it's like, it's advertisements for whatever.
Yeah.
Well, Denver, Colorado, the airport, are you aware of this?
Well, I just know that the airport is like, there's all kinds of conspiracy theories about that airport.
There you go.
Like the lizard people might live underneath it. And
all right. Okay.
Are they like leaning into that?
They're leaning into it.
That's amazing.
They're leaning into it hard. So it's like, apologies for the noise. It takes really big drills to get to the underworld. And then there's like a construction worker, but with like a lizard head.
That's awesome.
And then there's other ones as well. Come on. There's more than that.
Yeah,
but like that's one that's like there's Illuminati, like there's a construction hat, and it's got the
like
all-seeing eye.
Thing. Yeah. That's amazing.
So like they're digging into it.
That's awesome.
They're just like, hey guys.
So okay, so let me ask you this, because this is sort of related to a topic that came up at AP. But if you're trying to hide something, do you do that where you lean into it?
Yeah.
And you're like, so then people are like, well, clearly it's not real because they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Or do you go the other way?
It depends on who I am.
Or I guess the third option is you just don't even... You like just disregard.
I cannot confirm or deny.
No, or you just kind of ignore. You know what I mean? So there's the like denial thing, and then there's the like lean into it thing. And I guess midway is just kind of like you just sort of
you're just like that's funny.
You don't even bring it up, or you don't even whatever.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Yeah,
it's Bruno. It depends on how much money I have and what I'm doing. Okay. Obviously, I probably have tons of money if I'm doing something that people are like, "Hey, this person's doing this thing."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can see both. I mean,
yeah.
I don't have anything to hide, guys.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not gonna say, yeah, man, aliens.
Yeah.
We got them in the basement.
Yeah. I was just curious.
Yeah.
One cool thing. Well, I did many cool things in Kansas City, but one of them was I got to go to the Nelson Atkins Museum of Art.
Okay. Oh, I saw one of your posts, and there was a painting. I think it was a painting. It was a piece of art that I was like, "That's really cool. What is that?" And then it was just in my head.
Do you want to ask me about it? Because I took pictures of the. Do you want to find it?
Yeah, you find it.
No, you got to go on like my post or something.
God. That's so much.
Was it on my Instagram post? Because I only posted like a few on there.
But it might not have been like.
Well, I would like to talk about one of the exhibits that really like.
Exhibit A
struck me, I'll say. By the way, so that museum.
Oh, where are you? Oh, I didn't see all these. That's interesting. Anyways, I think it's the volcano picture.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Like the frame is really awesome, and like it's a good. It's a good painting, but I don't know who it is.
Okay, I can tell you because I took pictures of all the things. So it is Sebastian Pether, Pether.
All right, I'm just gonna Sebastian,
and it's called "The Eruption of Vesuvius."
Wait, what's his name again?
Sebastian Pether, Pether. Says this dramatic scene of Mount Vesuvius emphasizes the grandeur and terror of lava against the night sky. Sebastian Pether traveled to Naples, Italy, to paint the volcano, which erupted in the late 1700s and early 1800s. The volcano's activity allowed artists like Pether to imagine its destruction of the Roman city of Pompeii in 79 CE. Rather than depicting a contemporary scene in this painting, he represented the only eyewitness account of the historic eruption as described in the ancient letter by Roman author Pliny the Younger. But it is cool, right? And like the frame is really...
And also, your photo is much better than this photo that I found online. Nice. And I think it might be because of the frame. Like the frame just adds kind of depth and...
Yeah, it's really cool though. We only got through like not even 2/3 of the museum, maybe half.
Yeah.
So I was going to say they're only open until like 5 or 6 most days. Except on Thursdays and Fridays they're open until 9. So a couple of my friends and I went the first Friday that I was there, and stayed until just about 9. But like, it just was a lot to get through, and there were 3 of us, and we kind of like unspokenly like just decided we were gonna just like stay together and go through. Where I'm kind of like I would have just like gone a little bit more. Just to see it all.
Just be like cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Not like, I wonder what he was thinking.
Yeah. Well, and like, so my
friends were doing that.
No. But my friend Rachel, she's like into art and like knows art. And her partner is an artist and is opening a gallery and like this whole thing. So like she even was like taking pictures of things just for the frames, just to show her partner. Cause like that's a thing that he's been going through of like figuring out frames and different stuff. So, so it was cool to like hear her perspective and different stuff. And like, she could recognize people right away. And like, there were some artists that they had a bunch of things of, and I was like, I've never heard of this guy. And she's like, oh yeah, he was real big and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, cool. I like his stuff, but I never heard of him.
When you go look at paintings, like you did, first off, was it your idea to go?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
I had bought a ticket. They're free. You just have to buy them. It looks like you have to buy them online.
Yeah.
And I guess maybe you kind of do if it's going to be like a real busy time or whatever.
Yeah.
But like we walked in and there was like a thing. There's like a kiosk right there, and the guy was like, you have to just register and log in
Yeah.
and get the like wristband thing or whatever,
Yeah.
and it helps keep a count for us and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it was my idea, and I was all set to just like go by myself because it's an Uber ride, and like not everybody's always down to like do that on
Yeah.
these trips and stuff. And then my friend Rachel, who I was talking about, she had her car there because she had driven in earlier for a conference and stuff, and she was like, "I want to go. I'll drive." And I like put it out to the group or whatever, and like a couple people were interested and they just didn't, and then they were like bummed that they didn't go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was my idea, and she had also already been there earlier in the week with a separate friend of ours, and she was like, "I'll go back."
There's enough.
It's just nice, yeah.
The reason I ask is like when you go to museums and see paintings, how is there a distance that you stand away from the piece?
Depends.
Do you ever get like real close?
Sometimes, yeah. Like there was some. Who's the guy that painted the scene that like from Sunday in the Park with George, like the
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? It's like pointillism. So like you do the thing where you stand back and then you do the thing where you look up close.
Yeah,
like,
and you're like,
to
oh
get the
wow, it's
perspective.
just like a dot.
It's literally just dots and whatever. Yeah, it depends.
So check this out.
And then there's stuff too that like I really like. There was times when like we walked into like a new room and I would just like instantly I'm drawn to that thing. You know, there was a few of those.
So that, by the way, was that piece there? The piece that you just talked about, the pointillism thing?
Not that one, but something else.
Something else by that guy? Okay. Or just that was in pointillism?
Yeah.
So when you take a photo, even if it's not your equipment or anything, you are the copyright holder of that photo.
Sure.
Okay.
So if I'm taking a picture of a piece of work.
But if you like go up to it and like be like, okay, I'm going to take like a 2-inch set, like a photo of a 2-inch part of this giant painting, and then you manipulate it or whatever, and then it's like, and then you blow it up the size of, and it's like, then it's yours, and it's a remix, artistic remix.
Okay.
And I wonder if they would sue you.
Probably. Anyway, the one exhibit I want to talk about real quick, it really like hit me hard. So
and soft.
There's like the main museum part, and then there's like an addition that's been built on called like the Block Building or something, like BLOCH or something. It's like the family or whatever. And we ended up in that part because that's where the gift shop was. And I was like, hey, I know like we're once a year friends at this thing, but like the one thing you have to know about me is I'm going to find a gift shop and I'm going to get souvenirs because that's what I do. Yeah. And they were like, oh yeah, I think it's like over in this part. Like we can like go over that way and there's stuff and whatever. So we go in the gift shop and I'm looking around and they have outside is the world's largest shuttlecock.
Yeah.
It's like a piece of art. And it was funny. I was taking pictures of it and then I was like, hey, can one of you take a picture of me next to this? Because otherwise it just looks like I'm taking a picture of like a shuttlecock sculpture, which is cool. But like you need to get a sense of the size of this. So putting me next to it at 6'3", like that. Yeah. But it was just funny. Like I had that thought as I'm taking pictures. I was like, this isn't going to translate. But anyway, we're in this part and I go to the gift shop and I'm looking around. I get a couple things. And then we like kind of venture on into that part and they had like some cool stuff in there, and then they had a photography section and I'm like looking around in there. This was the point. We were getting towards like closing time, and so I'm like, I'm going to try to see as much as possible, but still like stop and enjoy things if I see something I enjoy, you know what I mean, and like take it in and whatever. And I get to this exhibit. Melissa Shook, Shook, is the artist, and she was a photographer. And in December of 1972, she set herself this is like me reading the whole thing. She set herself the rigorous task of making daily self-portraits for 1 year. She struggled with an unreliable memory after the traumatic death of her mother, who died when Shook was 12. The artist undertook this challenge to see if she could remember to take pictures every day. The days she failed to take a photo became just as important as the days she succeeded. And then it goes on to like tell more about it and stuff. But it literally was all these photographs that she took for a year, or didn't take, because that was the thing. There's days that she forgot. And that was the whole exhibit. And it was just a photograph of herself, her kids, her apartment, her whatever. And like, they were all squares. almost like a Polaroid kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or almost like Instagram used to
Yeah.
be, like with just a square. And like, so sometimes she'd be like partially in frame, and sometimes like totally in frame, and sometimes she's nude, and sometimes she's this, and sometimes it's that. And then on the days she didn't take them, she just left it blank. And so there'd be like, here's this picture of this, and then there's a blank one, and there's
was
this.
Was it blank black or
blank white?
Okay.
Like it was like I'm mounting these pictures on a thing to like be seen, and then I'm just leaving it blank, like where that one.
Is she still alive?
No, she died in 2020.
Okay.
But for whatever reason, it just really, really struck me. I mean, I lost my dad when I was 12. Like, I don't even know if that was part of it, but just like, I think I actually like learned that after I'd already kind of been like struck by this thing. Like, because the way they had it laid out, I entered it wrong. So like I missed the beginning.
Okay.
And I was just like, wait, is this, I was kind of like figuring it out myself. And I was like, oh, this is just like daily photographs.
Yeah. I did that once.
I was like, yeah, this is interesting. And then when I read the full statement about the thing, and then like did it in order, and I was like, it just really, really struck me. Like I was like really moved by this, and then I was like, wait, do they have a book? Is there like a photo book of this? And then I saw that there was one, because they had one like on a table that you could like look at, and it's like available in the gift shop. And I was like, I have to go, like they're going to close. Like I have to get to this gift shop because like they're going to close. And I'm like looking. And I found it. They had one copy, and I got it. And I was real stoked. And it was like minutes before the gift shop was going to close. Yeah.
Very cool.
But it was cool. But anyway, one more follow up to the museum thing.
Yeah.
So they're only open late Thursdays and Fridays. My friends were bummed that they didn't go that Friday, because after we got back and I was talking about it and all this stuff, I'm like, oh man, we got to go next week.
They're only open Thursday and Fridays?
Late.
Oh, okay.
After like 6 p.m. And we work till 5 every day. So like anything that there's been other times that there's been other things that like they only open till this time. It's like, well, I guess we're just not going to go.
Yeah.
And so they were all like, okay, we're going to go Thursday, because the next Friday was what's called our like dine out night. They like make you go out and eat, like the dining hall is closed, but also they reimburse you. So like, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
But everybody likes to make like a night of it and whatever.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, we're not going to like, quote unquote, waste dine out night on the museum sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, we want to go out to eat and like hang out and whatever. So they're like, okay, we're going to go Thursday. And they like organize this whole thing. A bunch of people are going to go Thursday. And then they see this thing. Oh, actually we're closed for a private event. Do you know what the private event was?
What was it?
Kansas City Chiefs getting their Super Bowl rings.
So was Taylor there?
No, she was in Europe doing her world tour or whatever. So anyway,
so we've been doing this for 22 minutes now.
Correct.
And
we haven't done the podcast.
Done the podcast.
That's all right.
Yet.
That's what we do.
And
here.
this is longer than last week's episode.
Yes, it's okay.
Alrighty. So we talk about 2 tunes. This week's first tune is not the Motorcycle Hall of Fame. The dreaded Laramie.
Okay.
At least that's how I'm pronouncing it.
Yeah.
Looks like that. This album is not out yet. I don't know when it's coming out. July 5th.
There you go.
Well, wait. Hold on. Let me look at a calendar. We're recording, it's June.
5th is a Friday.
All right, so this album will come out this Friday.
Okay.
As of the episode drop date.
Word.
Yes. So I don't know anything about them. They're from Nashville. They're a 4-piece. I'm looking at a photo. The album cover is a burning SG. I don't like SGs.
So you're in favor of this album cover?
Yeah. I don't know. They're on Smart Punk, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, they're on Smart Punk. Which I think they just had a festival, or at least a stage at some festival recently. That's all I know about this band.
Okay. How'd you find them?
For a playlist, I believe. So like, what is it? What's the playlist that I listen to? It's like new in punk or gosh darn it, I can't think of
how much do those get replenished, if you will.
Well, here's the thing. When they add something, they just add it to the top
and everything else
and
moves
everything
down.
shifts down.
Okay.
And And I don't know if they add like
because we've talked about this
a
like
ton of stuff
before with like the new release stuff and different things.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, here's like 4 new songs, and then like song number 5 is like still just another Taylor Swift song, like or whoever.
Yeah, those are the what is that? I can't think of what it's called.
Because I don't usually listen to too many playlists on like on Spotify, which is my streaming service of choice.
Algorithmic playlists?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the algorithmic playlists aren't that great, but this playlist is not algorithmic. This is
somebody curates this.
Yeah, it's a curated.
Fair enough.
One, and I'd forget what it's called. I'd have to like search up punk because that's how I do. In a category, what is it? It's like I can imagine it. It's green. Negative Space is the playlist, and actually I think they're it just updated Friday, and they are they're pretty far down if they're still on this playlist. I don't know if they were on this playlist. Maybe it was the punk. Oh, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. They added 23 songs on Friday.
Cool.
And I believe that it's updated weekly.
Okay.
So that means I got 23 songs to listen to. But the playlist is a total of... Come on, scroll to the bottom. Keep going. Keep going. Just keep swimming. Oh my God, it's resetting. I don't think it ends.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it probably ends.
Yeah.
But it's just got a lot, because now I'm back to like the Alkaline Trio's new album. 20 hours.
Okay.
It's a 20-hour playlist. So 385 songs are on this playlist. So hit random, guys, if you're on Apple Music. Anyways, the song is... this is... what's it? It's not Proximity. It's Primacy Bias.
Yeah.
This is the first song I heard.
Yeah.
Where's My Crystal Ball? Anyways. Oh, also, this is going to be in Atmos? It's in Atmos.
Okay.
We're going to do a little experiment for a while, where I'm going to play things in Dolby. Like, it reminds me of something. Like, it fits into a genre that, like, I like this.
Yeah. Well, and like the vocals and the music, not that they don't match, but like they're not...
Okay.
You'd expect maybe those vocals over something different in this music. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I always like that, though.
What's that?
I like that.
No, I do too. I'm thinking just more like poppy vocals, but the music's a little, you know.
I'm turning it down for us.
But it's not like pop punk, like it's quite literally, you know.
Yeah.
Have you pre-ordered the album?
I've pre-saved it.
Okay, that works. That helps them, I think. I never know how to do that. Spotify, you like can't do it on the app. You have to do it like
it's a third party on Spotify.
Yeah.
On Apple, it's just you hit a plus
there.
symbol.
Yeah, it's stupid. I like that part.
I'm so sick of it all. Where's my crystal ball? There's no breaking the curse. I'm only getting worse. I'm not certain that
Like those little harmonic shifts too.
Yeah.
as hard as I could be. It's not getting any better.
So every time that we record the podcast, because I don't listen in this environment, so like it's coming out of the computer into an interface, back into the computer, and then also through open back headphones. So it's like the third space like that I listen in. So like the first space, well, actually it might be the fourth space that I think about it. So one of them is like Apple AirPods. Is probably the most I listen just on the phone. It's probably the second most. Actually, I'm going to say 5 now. In my studio with like studio and then cranked as well. And then in the car. And then this. So like this is a completely different experience.
Oh yeah.
So I'm hearing things another way that I haven't listened to this song before, because we're in this space instead of in our normal spaces, I guess. So like, and also that I'm showing you like an Atmos mix,
Right.
which maybe next week that'll be like the beginning thing. I'll show you a thing.
Okay.
That we'll do, to kind of show you one of the ways that it's different, not in a good way or a bad way, just a different way.
Sure.
This, I think I could hear all the instruments very clearly in this mix, which is very cool.
You listen just through your phone?
Sometimes.
Almost never do.
Not.
Unless I'm just like sharing something with somebody or whatever. Like
It might be like, ooh, I need to do this other thing, and I don't have a giant speaker.
Or have your AirPods or whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I just like hit play.
The only time I
and turn it
really
up.
will do that is with a podcast. Like I literally did that 2 days ago at school. I was sorting records that I just got, and I do it over in like a different room from my office because my office is a mess. And I just was like, oh, I need to catch up on podcasts. So instead of like watching YouTube or whatever, like I'll like, which is what I usually do when I sort my records, I'm just gonna on my phone just play podcasts.
Yeah.
So, but I guess I've done it with music, but I just don't really too much. Cause
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's.
I don't care about the audio quality of the podcast.
Yes.
Like I do. So.
Yes. I'm just pointing out that like these headphones in this room, it's very far down the line. Like even when I'm like listening, like really listening to music in this room, the speakers aren't up because we're cleaning.
Yeah. But you'll listen to the speakers.
But I'll listen. Yeah, which isn't super convenient because I want to sit on the couch, but like the controls are over here.
Right. Yeah.
So, anyways, you got a song.
That's like me and
Yeah.
stuff in my office. Like I sit in my recliner, but then like my desk is over. I do have a song. The band is Tiny Stills, who I've been it's like one of those bands that like I've been wanting to bring to the podcast for a while.
Same. We've both been wanting to.
Yeah, and then like so they just released a record on June 7th, I want to say. Was that the Friday? Yeah, June 7th. Actually, the day that I went to the art museum.
There you go.
There you go. So it like felt like this is the time. You know what I mean?
New record.
New record, new, whatever. Like let's bring it now. This is from their website. Tiny Stills is a fifth wave emo rock band from Los Angeles, California, made of friends who actually like each other. Now, I will say the 4 people listed here are not the same 4 people that are on their Bandcamp and are also pictured. Like there's one different person.
Okay.
So I won't list all the people. I'll read them from the other website because I don't know.
You don't know who's still in the band.
Well, I think I do based on other things, but I don't know who, like, whatever. This is on their website. So, Kaylin, you need to update your website if this person's not in the band anymore. Anyway, it says, you can call us bubble grunge. But in our hearts, we know the only genre title that resonates with us truly, Vomit Pop. Sure. So that's fun. So Tiny Stills is a band, but started by Kaylin West, who she and I went to the same high school.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if it was at the same time, to be honest, because there's just been a lot of years. You know, like there's just people you know from things. Uh-huh. Like there's a lot of people I know from Mansfield, like from the college I went to, or one of the colleges I went to, and like even people from the other college I went to that I know, that I'm like, I have to think sometimes. I'm like, do I know you because we went to school together at the same time, or that we went to the same school at different times and just have met through various things or whatever? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's one of those. I'm fairly certain that Kaylin and I were in school together in high school. I'm older than her, so like whatever. But I've been following, like, we've been friends on Facebook for like a million years, and like been following like her band and all kinds of stuff for a long time, and just really digging it. And so this is from the newest record, which is called We Really Felt Something. I messaged her just to like say, hey, I'm going to feature the song on the podcast. Do you have anything to say about it or the record? And so she just said a couple like quick things. The one thing was, she says, we worked on this record as a band, so it's really not just one writer, which I think she has been Tiny Stills since the beginning. You know what I mean? And so like, and I've seen that with other groups too, where like it's, you know, this person's project, maybe it's a side project or a solo thing, and they just use this name. But then like as you kind of do it more and kind of get a band together and stuff and like just work more, then it becomes a band, you know. I think of like The Almost, which is like Aaron Gillespie from Under Oath's side project. I think that is like now a band, or like when he does it, it is a band, even though it's like mostly his thing. But anyway, she said very much like a band record. The song Downgrade Baby, which we're going to talk about, which is the opening track on the album. She said the song's about self-sabotage and how sometimes relationships can bring forth a lot of insecurities. In this case, thinking that your partner has been with somebody better than you in every way. So, and then she also says she wanted to say that the record is produced by their guitarist AJ Peacocks.
Nice.
So that's cool. But yeah, I'm digging it. I listened to the album a couple times while I was in Kansas City, just like doing different things, like walking around town and stuff. I would just like put on music and put on my headphones, and so I've listened to it a few times, and I dig it. I really like. I mean, again, maybe primacy bias because this was the first song I heard off the album, but I just thought this was a good one to kind of showcase who they are and their sound and stuff. So this is Downgrade Baby by Tiny Stills.
I mentioned this before, but every time she says downgrade, I think down bad. It's so good.
Yeah.
Like, it's really, really, really good.
Yeah.
Like, everything about it. I love this drum part.
Drum part, yeah.
And, like, even the secondary things, like the little filler guitar.
Yeah.
The little notes that are in that. Yep, there.
Yeah.
I know it's really hard to hear.
Do you think that's like being able to hear those things so clearly and stuff? Do you think that helps having the person in the band produce the record?
It depends on what the producer's doing. If the producer is like when do they come in? I don't want to talk over this.
I know, yeah.
But we'll talk about that. This two guitar parts.
Cause it's not healthy the way I compare myself to her, like a downgrade baby of everyone who came before. Yeah, it's not healthy the way I die inside so much. I spiral down into the darkest place, call it falling in love. Spiral down into the darkest place, call it falling in love, falling in love. Could we survive the fall somehow?
Yeah, I dig it. And then the next track is just like totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. The whole album's really, really great.
All right.
By the way, on there, I forgot to say who all the members are. So Kaylin West, vocals and guitar. AJ Peacock's guitar, who we said also produced the record. Chris Clark, bass. And then Jenny Marullo, drums. She's the one that's different versus the website versus other things. But like in promo pictures, like Jenny is the person.
Those are the names that are on the credit lists of Apple Music.
There we go.
But you know what's not on there?
What's that?
Everything else is just the songwriters.
Oh.
Is those four as songwriters. There's no producer named. There's no who's playing what. It is just that.
Gotcha. Well,
Which
now we know.
you can do that. You can put it out there. Yeah. Do it. This is to everybody else.
Yeah.
Like credit people for everything that they do. Even on DistroKid, you can put your drug dealer on there.
Jesus.
I don't know why.
Do they have a drop down for it? Like
yes, they do.
That's amazing.
It is. It's like others. And you can even put like special thanks and all that like in there.
Yeah.
It's like,
dude, that's the thing. That's one of the things I miss so much about
records.
Digital releases versus record or CDs or whatever.
Yeah.
That special thanks. I found so many bands from special thanks.
Yeah.
Like, who's this? Who's Mustard Plug? That's a cool name.
Yeah.
And MXPX is thanking them.
Yeah.
So they must like them. You know what I mean? Like that's literally how I found bands, was reading other bands' special thanks. You know, or it'd be like this or features or whatever, this person from this group or whatever, you know, like now that stuff still happens obviously like on the streaming
the features
things, but
does,
the features does. But and we've talked about even like when we've had things with features, they'll put the person and the band. Yeah. Because otherwise, you know,
they're like, who is this person?
Yeah. So
all right. So your question about earlier.
Yeah. Do you think it's better or whatever to have the person in the band be the producer?
I don't think it's better. I don't think it's worse either. Okay. And because like the reason some people go to a producer
excuse me,
is to get an outside perspective.
Sure.
Now, if you go to a producer and like it where in the process of making the record do they come in? If they come in before you've even written songs, then they're basically becoming like the fifth member. We'll just say
they're influencing.
They're influencing a lot of things. The writing process as well as that. If they come in and like we've got these songs, then they got to like kind of think quick and be like, what can we do with this song, and put that there. AJ being in the band, it's their vision.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to, I mean, they could argue about like, oh, I want this, I want this. But like if they're like, okay, well, you're going to lead the charge on this, then that's a different thing as far as like, well, I just want to do this. And they wrote it as a band. So it's like, I think it's very collective.
Yeah. So he probably wasn't just making choices.
No, like it was just like, hey, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
But the like that was in the songwriting phase of it, where in the producer phase of the recording of it, this is off topic a little bit, but like the term producer, like what does it mean?
Sure.
It means different things to different people because you have people like Rick Rubin. We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
You have people like...
We just talked about it with oh my gosh, what's his name that passed away?
Yeah,
just recently.
Steve Albini.
Steve Albini.
So like Steve Albini, John Feldman, like completely different philosophies about producing records. Like what is and if you go into producers in hip hop genre, like it means something different.
Yeah.
It might be just like, oh, I'm a beat maker. Like it could.
Yeah.
By the way, that's a drop down
in DistroKid.
DistroKid is
nice.
beat maker. It's under the producer tag.
Yeah.
I really care about like giving credit to what it is and making sure that like they're accurate.
Yeah.
And I wish more distributors would do that. So I know DistroKid does it. I was on CD Baby. I don't know if they did that. And then Sounddrop, they don't do that at all, which is a sister company to CD Baby. So, yeah, they should have it like, and they're like, where I'm drawing off-topic things. Apple Music puts whatever you put in there.
Right.
Almost everything. Like they'll put programming, which I don't think is in DistroKid. There's no programming, which makes me mad because the thing that I'm working on, I program drums, and I don't want to be like drum player because I didn't play the drums. But and then the other is like drum machine, and it's like not really a drum machine.
Yeah, they have that on their Bandcamp for this Tiny Stills record. They have a producer, they have mastered by, album artwork, album layout, engineering and mixing, additional programming, which AJ Peacocks did, and then additional engineering, Kaylin and AJ both did. So
yes,
and they have a little special.
And that's on
to one person.
That's on where?
Bandcamp.
Yes, Bandcamp, great company as of right now.
Yeah.
It's always could change.
Yeah.
They could always go downhill when they get bought out or if people are assholes.
Yeah.
Anyways, that is our episode.
Yeah.
It's longer than last week.
Yeah.
By like 3 times.
Yeah.
Also, I did a thing for last week's episode because these computers got updated.
Okay.
Did your computers get updated? You
I don't know, man.
You have no idea. You don't care.
Oh, I know one thing about my laptop.
Yeah.
It now says this is property of Central Dauphin School District.
Oh, yeah,
I go to log in.
It does it on all of them now.
Cool. How much is that going to like slow down these computers because they had to put that on there?
They're already like these are slower.
Well, that's what I mean.
Like I've already noticed that
every time they.
But they updated these to not the the most recent operating system.
Okay. Wow, that's actually.
But it's
usually we're like 2 behind.
Well, we were
at least 1 behind.
We were 2 behind,
yeah.
And they were trying. I was like, we just need to get 1 behind. I know the whole thing, and they're like, we couldn't get there because you missed the boat.
Yeah.
Like if you want to do it, it's like, oh, they just announced it. Let's upgrade now.
Yeah.
Anyways,
dumb.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.